Hi and welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'm today doing a review on my new video camera, which is the Kodak Zi8. It's a second-hand one I bought, and as you can see it's in nice condition. Hi, so the Kodak Zi8, why? Well, I've been looking for quite a while for a video camera that will sort of make my life easier when it comes to uploading YouTube videos. Now I've been through all the different options using compact cameras. I'm using a Nikon D7000 digital SLR at the moment. I've used the Nikon D50-100, all work perfectly well. I now use a lapel microphone virtually all the time, so I wanted something that had a microphone socket, had an SD card, was easy to use. I'm not worried about things like zoom or anything like that because most of my videos are a fixed focal length, so no issues with that at all. I wanted something that's portable and easy for my other half to use when we're out and about. You know, if I take out my D7000 with a lens on and a battery grip on as I normally have it, it's a little bit heavy for her. So something nice and simple that you can just click and go is what I wanted. So here we have the Kodak Zi8. Now the first thing to note is the price of this thing. This particular one cost me 45 quid, but it's because all I got was the camera and an SD card. I didn't get a charger or anything, but you know, I'll get around problems like that. But if you want it to, you know, get a brand new one, I think they're about £100. Second-hand ones run between sort of 60 and maybe £85. And if you pay for that, you'll get, you know, a nice mint condition one. This one's got a couple of little marks on it. As I say, didn't come with any leads or anything, but I wasn't worried about that. So yes, it's got a separate SD card, which goes in the slot on the side, and you can have up to a 32 gig SD card in there, which gives you hours of footage. It's got just click here and pull that out, USB connection, that will also charge it, which is good for me as I didn't get a charger, and that's rubberized so that it's not an easy thing to break. So even when that's plugged into your computer, that can dangle slightly to like that, and that's absolutely no problem at all. That's not going to snap off. So I like that feature, and it tucks away nicely. Got a little strap there with a loop on it. Over on this side you've got an external sort of power supply, obviously, which I haven't got. Under here you've got your normal sort of AV socket, or that looks like a mini HDMI port, which I presume will connect that straight to your telly. Again, not something I'm ever going to use. However, this thing here I'm going to use. The external microphone socket, absolutely fantastic feature. I don't understand why anybody in this day and age would create a camera that's used for video without a microphone socket in it anymore. It's a cheap item, it's easy to do, and you can use things like the lapel mic, external mics, absolutely fantastic. So I applaud Kodak for that. The next brilliant thing, it's got a fairly bright 2.8 lens. It's at around 34mm is the angle of view, so it's a reasonable sort of angle of view. There is a digital zoom built in, but I'm never likely to use that because obviously all you're doing is degrading quality. You could probably use it at 1080p and zoom a little bit, and you'd be okay. If you're uploading in 720 or 360, it probably wouldn't make much difference, but tend to avoid digital zoom at all costs. Dead simple to use. It's just got an on-off button. It's got a sort of a landscape mode, which is just your normal mode, and a macro facility, a little switch on the top. 4 buttons on the front with a little jog dial with the big record button in the middle, so it's dead easy to do. It's got electronic image stabilization, which I was a bit wary of at first. I like optical image stabilization where it's done in the lens. This is done in the software in the camera, but first impressions are when you're hand holding, it works really well. I've got no issues with that at all. You know, as I said, it hasn't got a zoom, but you know, we can do this, so no problems there. And What else? Oh yeah, the other thing, when I was looking at other sort of videos and reviews on this, one of the major complaints is that although it's got a tripod mount, which is fantastic, when you try and stand it up just to take a quick video and put it on the side, it falls over because it's got a rounded base, which is nice when you're holding it and using it, but no good for standing up. I think the flip is square, so you can just sort of stand it up like that. So my genius way of getting around this is twofold. Firstly, whenever I'm mounting this to a tripod, I've got a Manfrotto tripod, I use a tripod mount like that. So if I just screw that in there, dum-de-dum-de-dum, problem solved. I can now stand it up, and I'm not being funny, it's not really much of a chore to take that out with you. The other option, cheap as chips. You can get these off the internet for, less than 10 quid. A few pounds will get you a little tripod like that, or my little mini Gorilla Pod, which is nice because it has a little thing like that. And I've just sort of had a thought, because mostly when I go out with this video camera, I'm going to take my little Gorilla Pod if I want to, I can wrap that around a bit of railing or anything to take my videos. And I've just put that mount on there, and that's going to stand up as well. So is that a problem for me? No, absolutely not. That works absolutely perfectly. That's quite stable on that little thing as well, so that's good. So there you are. I'm going to start shooting my videos using this. I've already done one, which is the one before this, about whether to have the Sigma 18-50 or the Nikon kit lens and a 35mm. You should be able to find that if you want to have a look at it. That's filmed with this camera. My only reservation at the moment as well is I know for a fact the low light capability is not going to be as good as the digital SLRs. Now, for instance, at the moment it's completely dark outside pretty much, and I'm just using a fixed light source with a diffuser on it, and I think the quality, the lighting here is absolutely fine, but it's not great, and I don't think this is going to be as good in low light. It can't be, because the size of the lens and the sensor size. I dread to think how big the sensor is in here, but it's going to be tiny. But so other than that, I really I've got no issues with it. I think it's a fabulous little thing, and for what I've paid for it, I am so far well chuffed. Anyway, I hope that's of use. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.